It is the 10th of October, the 10th month, and I would like to welcome everybody to the 10th anniversary of my very first official EP, Sick. I released music before this obviously, but this is the only one that I felt deserved to stay on the internet and represent where I was at the time. This series is inspired by Jamie Stewart of Shoo Shoo, who has done commentaries for most of their albums. However, their commentary tracks are drunk commentaries, and since I don't drink alcohol, I have a nice cup of ginger honey tea sitting next to me to help me through this. And, unlike the Shoo Shoo drunk commentaries, I am relegating this series to 10th anniversaries, so the next one will be in 2027. Ooh, I hope we survive that long. Okay, I think that's enough preamble. Let's get into it. You didn't just come here to, I was gonna say listen to me ramble, but you have come here for that. But you want me to do it over some music, so let's get into it. So first up, we've got Mountain, the opener on Sick, and I haven't listened to this EP in a long time, so it's actually kind of fun to get back into it and just try to remember where I was when I made some of these decisions. 2015 was a very different time. I like the little micro beat, but it seems a little small, doesn't it? It seems a little quiet compared to everything else. I was really inspired by Bjork, the album Vespertine, which was made up of a lot of micro beats, and I kind of wanted to create that, but I don't think I went far enough, though. Especially for this track, which is literally about that. It's about setting the stage for this EP. I like the way this bass tone is interacting with and distorting the vocals. I remember hearing it for the first time after recording the vocals and just thinking, like, I have no clue what's happening. I don't know how to fix it, but honestly, I really liked how... Oh! See, okay, here we go. I like the chorus. And by chorus, I do mean just this weird distorted sound with the snare? I don't know. That squeaky sound that you can hear right there, that's an elk. I found a lot of sounds for this album on royalty-free sound websites. Yeah, this EP was really a love letter and a goodbye letter to Audacity, which I had been using to record and produce, little albums in high school and early university. And this is where I really wanted to, I wanted to use Audacity to its fullest capability that I knew how to do at the time, and then move on. So, while a lot of sounds here are... I like those little voices on the left and the right, they're so annoying. I really wanted to use both royalty-free sounds and create something new with them, because I really like doing that, but to also use sounds in Ableton and sort of try and just push them to their most experimental, that I knew how to do at the time, which, oh wait. I still love that. You can't tell me anything about that. That was great. Now we've got Beckoning. Woo! You're about to hear an old friend of mine rapping on this. His name was Hunafoa at the time, which I think is Elvish, Lord of the Rings Elvish for something. I can't remember now, but he changed his name so many... You know what? I kind of ate with this. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of ate with this EP. It doesn't sound amazing, it doesn't even sound necessarily good, but, for my knowledge at the time, this actually isn't as embarrassing as I thought it was gonna be. So I sent this track to my buddy, and I was like, I don't know what the lyrics are going to be, but it's either going to be a Christmas song or a song about the dangers of online dating, and I'll let you choose. And of course, he chose the latter. This is him rapping now. I processed all the vocals myself. Obviously. Honestly, this kind of eats. If I could remake this now with the knowledge and the ability that I have now, I think this could be a banger. I really worked hard on this vocal processing. I really went in there, with tweezers and very detail oriented. It's very much in the spirit of the EP. So yeah, the song is about he's playing an online stalker in this song, which I think is great. I think he does such a good job. It's so creepy. It's so gothy and dark and a little out of pocket, some of the lyrics, but I really like it. And again, I don't think there are any royalty-free sounds on this track. I think it's all just Audacity. Because that was the... Oh, and here I'm about to come up. My vocals. Are these going to be embarrassing? A little bit. Actually... Okay. My vocals were not there. Quite there yet. You can hear me trying, but I'm not going hard enough on that. We're gonna find you wherever you are. Oof, that performance. Again, a lot of vocals. Ooh, those little pops. Yeah, I still think that this track rules. I pride myself on trying to be experimental and trying to push sounds to like their limits, and I miss this level of freedom, this level of just like, who cares? Put a track together. We'll figure it out. And of course it starts to sort of fade out near the end. Yeah, this is such a love letter to Audacity. I haven't used Audacity since this, but I think I'm doing it a little bit of justice. It's I created some really odd sounds. I don't know, I just really like this track. I would redo this track. I would remake this track. There are a couple tracks on here that I would remake. Probably gonna hear... not probably, we are gonna hear one later. And it's just like silence for like 10 seconds. What was I thinking here? That's pretty wild. Now, I don't know what I was thinking with this track. This is the track Leeches, which I learned that they have 32 brains, and I just thought it was really funny that these little slug things that, you shouldn't underestimate them, because leeches have lots of brains, and they can use all of them to drain your blood. I don't know. And my vocals are so buried and quiet. Like, this is actually... I like what's happening, but it's just so poorly mixed. That's really funny. I don't have much to say about this one. It's very short. This little plinky plonky bass in the background, which I probably didn't time. I just sort of played it out. I was not using metronomes at the time, clearly. Cute. Very cute, tiny little track there. Next we've got Burger. You know what? I also stand behind this beat. again, extremely quiet. I mean, obviously I wasn't like mastering these tracks at the time, but wow, it's pretty embarrassing. But then again, is it very embarrassing? I was like 22 at the time, so whatever. Although oh my god, I thought I was so grunge. I was trying, but again, was not putting my whole back into it. So this song was just about my feelings at the time about Pride, basically, and how much I didn't enjoy going, and how stupid and superficial and capitalistic it all was. I don't know. I don't really like going to Pride now either, but this track was specifically about like rainbow washed capitalism. I wrote it after a straight. Oh, I think bi actually. I think she was bi. Sorry. Friend of mine at the time was talking about how like, oh, the Burger King Rainbow Burger is actually really good because this is how change happens. People
buy products, I guess.
I don't know. I was so annoyed, so I wrote this track. I do think maybe I was a little tough on it, because I don't love rainbow capitalism, but I'm also like, okay, if Hallmark has a card for Pride, that's fine, but now, I don't know. Oh, this was the sound, that whooshing sound. Let's hear it. That was me striking a match, essentially up against the microphone that I was using. I feel like I could probably still see the burn, the black burn mark on the grill of the microphone. I was just abusing the tech that I owned. This is another track that I would happily remake. And I don't think I would have to change that much. I don't even think I would change the lyrics. I think a lot of it is fine, and I think I was kind of eating with a lot of that track. The stuff that you can hear, anyway. Probably one of my favorite tracks on this EP, if not my favorite. The title track. I just love this beat that I didn't know at the time, but is I just counted it out in my head and I'm like, oh, that's in 11/8. So my love for odd time signatures persists to this day. This track was very much inspired by FKA Twigs. Just like specifically LP1. This little laser sound to the side. I'm obviously not as good at crafting harmonies as FKA Twigs was and still is. At least at that time, I wasn't. I think I'm much better at it now. This song was just sort of inspired by my mom, I guess, because I remember showing her some of my music, and she's just like, why don't you write something happy? And I don't know, it's just pissed me off. I'm like, I don't need that. That's not really interesting to me. I don't know. So I created this song that was sort of like, leave me alone. Why do I have to make happy music? Why do I have to make sad music? Why can't I just be a little more nuanced than either of those binaries? If you wanna know, whoa. The little flanger. What goes on sometimes in my I don't think my voice is nearly as bad as I thought it would be. But I am abusing those effects. I love that. And then my favorite part is coming up right now. This whole end section. You know, the the more things change, the more they stay the same. I am always and forever going to be a fan of creating a simple, straightforward beat and then just destroying it over the course of 5 minutes and just crunching it up as much as I possibly can. I stand by this track. I think I would re-record this track. Maybe I should. And just take this last section and just keep it as is. Honestly, this rules. I remember putting this together and just like, oh, yeah. Because the whole idea of this EP was to get really detail-oriented, really in the weeds, like get in there with tweezers and create odd sounds. And I think I achieved that for, again, my skill level at the time. Yeah. Honestly, listening to this EP wasn't nearly as embarrassing as I thought it would be. It's sort of like looking at old, like, baby pictures of yourself. Like, you can recognize yourself in it and what you used to look like and how that translates to how you look now, but you're a baby, what are you supposed to do? Judge yourself by who you are now and what you look like now? That's so insane. And then there's this weird part at the end where it's just like this extremely low, extremely quiet bass, literally line. It's just a held note. Oh, but I like this. This little like flies buzzing, digital fly buzzing sound. I stand by that. So I guess we found out that I stand by actually a lot of what I did on this EP. It is crazy to think that this was 10 years ago. And now I'm 10 years older. And I'm drinking ginger tea. Hey, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. See you in 2027.